This time I'll be showing the Marvel Legends Marvel Monsters gift set, Werewolf by Night. And the werewolf first appeared in Marvel Spotlight number 2 in 1972. To get right into his backstory, 1795, where Gregory Rousseau was, I guess, a nobleman whose wife was slain by Dracula. And he went after Dracula, and who at that time had become a vampire, and he managed to destroy Dracula, or stake him, and unfortunately he was bitten by a werewolf and became a werewolf himself. And that was the first instance in the Rousseau line of someone becoming a werewolf. So, flash forward to 1930, where Gregor Rousseau, a descendant of his, obtained the legendary Darkhold, which was a book of ancient spells and magic, and he began to translate this book, and unfortunately, or unwittingly, he used a spell that transformed him into a werewolf. Now, he was able to hide his... Once he found out that he was a werewolf, he was able to hide his tendencies pretty well. And unfortunately, it cost him a lot of money. So he sold some of his land holdings, which included Wundagore Mountain, which may be familiar to some people because it has ties to many, many Marvel characters. Now he sells this Wundagore Mountain estate and lands to Jonathan Drew and his partner Herbert Wyndham. Now, he sort of sticks around helping them out, and unfortunately he kills Drew's wife as a werewolf. Now they go out and capture him, and basically Herbert Wyndham takes responsibility for him and chains him up when he's a werewolf. That arrangement is good for a few years, but what happens is that Gregor decides that he's going to summon the ancient elder god / demon known as Chthon, or Chthon, to cure him. Well, he is, of course, stopped because this elder god will come through the dimension where he is at and basically take over Earth. He's basically, if you're a H.P. Lovecraft fan, He's basically a pastiche of the Cthulhu. So that Gregor, he finally comes to his senses, realize that Chthon is not going to cure him and is basically going to take over the world. So he stops him from coming to Earth, but dies in the process. So later, his son or grandson, who is also named Gregor, he manages to become a werewolf. And, well, actually, he doesn't manage. He becomes a werewolf. Well, he manages to escape as a werewolf and causes all sorts of chaos, and is finally killed by some villagers. And they turn on his family for sort of hiding the fact that he was a werewolf. And his wife is run out of Romania. And she goes to the U.S., where he finds Gregor's younger brother, Philip, has changed his name to Russell. Well, they marry and have a son named Jack. Yes, Jack Russell. I know, it's a kind of a groaner. You know, there's a dog named Jack Russell. So, anyway, back to the origin. So, the criminal, this criminal organization called the Committee wants to blackmail Philip because they find out that he's involved with something. He doesn't pay up. So what they do is they kill his wife on his son's 18th birthday. And they run her car off the road, and she then tells Jack that he's going to be cursed with becoming a werewolf. He becomes 18, and he becomes a werewolf. And he gets into the thing where he tries to steal the Darkhold again to find a cure. That doesn't pan out. He also gets a sort of long-time sparring partner in Moon Knight when the Committee hires Moon Knight to capture him because they want to use the werewolf as a assassin, I guess. He joins the sort of horror twinged criminal group, sort of proto-criminal group called Night Shift. Eventually he becomes increasingly more feral and more savage with each time he becomes a werewolf. Eventually, he is able somehow. I can't figure out how. He's gained full mastery of becoming a werewolf, and he is able to change it well, whereas before it was really dependent upon the phases of the moon.